Hey, this is Max from Lamentari.
And this is Emil from Lamentari.
And you're watching Chaoszine. Okay, so hello everyone. Chaoszine is today here at Copenhell Festival, and I have Emil and Max from the band Lamentari as guests. How are you guys doing?
And we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, really enjoying the festival, enjoying the bands, looking forward to the concert.
So, a little bit about the summer. How has it been so far for you guys?
Well, in terms of working, we've been pretty much working towards this gig a lot this summer. We did something extra for this concert by bringing a choir on with us on the stage and bringing a fire show as well. So I think that's been most of the band stuff this summer, and then writing some new songs as well.
So where did the idea came from, like originally, to do something like very special here at Copenhell?
It's one of the bigger gigs, and we've always had we have this symphonic element to our music, so it's always been sort of a wish to have either choir or have live music like orchestra or something like that. And we just, this is something that's close to us. It's in Denmark. It's a pretty big gig as well. So, it's not difficult to bring in people transport-wise. So we,
Yep.
So we were like, might as well try and see if we can find the money, and we found them.
Okay, and that's the reason how it happened.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, and I think it's been something we've been discussing for some time, getting musicians that is not just a band, but like musicians that would add to the symphonic element of the music on the stage with us. And I think first step to doing that is having a choir on the stage, because the music is very choir based. There's pretty much choir in every song.
Yeah, and your music is sort of like very sort of film influenced, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So if your band would be some kind of film, what kind of film would it be?
Well, I sometimes joke that we're Slytherin, the band.
Yeah, maybe something like that, but very cinematic, very cinematic, I would say.
Okay. So was it easy to sort of fit the choir into your music and do this kind of like more massive show, or did it require like a lot of thinking that which songs turn out the best to perform live with the choir?
Yeah, there's a lot of arrangement we had to do in terms. Like I pretty much spent 3 weeks pretty much writing out the choir score, doing based upon the arrangements we already have, but doing something that would be feasible for the amount of voices that we have in this choir. There's 4 voices, a bass, a tenor, an alt, and soprano, and they're not going divisi, so we're not splitting those sections up. So I had to write it out for those players, and also I think we went about it in a way where we had to do it confidently, because we only had 1 day of rehearsal with the choir.
Okay.
And that's 1 hour of music, wall to wall with choir.
So were you like rehearsing basically the full day then?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and everything had to be done in that day with the choir.
Okay, nice. So I guess you are nervous to perform tonight, because this is a massive festival. You probably have a lot of friends in the audience, and it's something that you've never done.
Well, I think we can get away from that part of it. But I would also say, doing the rehearsal we did it with the full fire and everything. So we've already seen what the show can do, and that was very satisfying to do. So I'm also just very much looking forward to it.
Yeah. So is that something also like direction-wise that you would like to do even more in the future? Sort of like the next evolution for the band, somewhere in the future when you're getting like bigger and bigger as a band?
I think for sure, like now it feels like you cannot do a gig without a choir, because now you've seen what you can do, right?
Yep.
Of course that's not financially feasible, but you want to do, of course, given circumstances, given the right financial structure, of course, more is more, and this band is more is more.
So you have so far released only EPs, and I've heard that now there is a like debut album in the work. So how far is the writing process at the moment for it?
Well, I can say specifically, I think we have almost 4 songs finished at the current moment. And having worked with this choir now, of course we want to bring this choir on board for the album as well.
Okay.
So that would be some more recording sessions having to be set up as well.
Do you already have some kind of plan with the album, or are you like searching for a label at the moment, or what kind of like plans do you have?
We are, I mean, given the right opportunity, we're open to a label. But the plan is to finish the album, do what we love, and if somebody bites, that's fine. If somebody doesn't bite, it's just something we need to do.
Yeah, okay. So you will then do it on your own.
We will. I mean, we have already vinyl production, and we have we typically self-release online, and so given that the right circumstance the right opportunity doesn't present itself, we'll do it on our own. Otherwise, we'll do it with a label.
So for Finnish audience, at least watching this afterwards, the band is quite unknown for most of the people. So how would you overall describe the band to somebody who's now watching this?
You can start.
Well, I think you already touched upon it when you said it was like a film score. And I professionally work as a film composer living in London. And then we bring in the world that Emil comes from as well, which is also inspired by 80s guitar shredding and similar. So it would be like a black and death metal film score, I would say, with virtuous guitars.
Yeah, I would also add to that sort of that, the metal side of it is very Finnish influenced.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sort of my big hero is Alexi Leo.
Okay.
And there's a lot I take from him. You notice we play Rhodes guitars on stage.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
There's a reason, and there's a reason that I'm forcing the other guitar player also to play a Rhodes guitar because it's the best guitar there is. And so there's a lot of that sort of 80s influence shred, a lot of the sort of I think melodic themes that are in the phrasing of Finnish stuff combined with all the classical stuff.
Okay.
So it's very Finnish, Swedish, and cinematic.
So before we wrap things up, I want to ask you a bit about the future. So how does it look like at the moment? What kind of plans do you have, for example, for the fall or next year? Or is it too early to tell? Is it just in pieces at the moment?
It's not in pieces. We have some gigs, but we've been focusing mostly on finishing the album. Because it's a huge amount of work. So one of the reasons why have we made EPs to start with is that it takes very long time because there's a full orchestra for every song. So that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, now we want to prove to ourselves and whoever, but to ourselves that an album is fine, and we're doing that. So we are, been cutting a little bit down on the gigs and focusing on recording. I've been going to England and visiting Max to do that, and last time was very productive, and we're planning on doing that again. But we do have some gigs in the autumn. We have some gigs early 2024 as well.
Is the album going to be some kind of proper concept album, or is it just gonna be separate songs? Considering you are a film influenced band, I would see that concept album would make sense in your shoes, sort of.
Well, for that I would say we are driven towards concepts as a band. The first EP was a mass. It was set up like a funeral mass.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you right now what the concept will be, but seeing how we naturally gravitate, I could see how this would be more and more of a concept album with many different acts in it as well.
Yeah. Let's keep the rest secret. Hey, thanks a lot, guys, for the chat, and all the best for tonight's show as well as for the future. Anything you want to say as a closer to all the fans watching this afterwards?
If you're Finnish, I think you will like us.
So go check them out. Let's keep it plain and simple.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.